Hola.
Don't be only hola.
Okay. Let's just, move right in. So, everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Black Bra podcast. I am, one of the co-hosts, Olori Baby Girl, and I'm joined by, can you guys please, just introduce yourselves?
Hi guys, my name is Efe.
Now, wow. Okay.
How do I even come and introduce myself with, hi guys, my name is Efe. Hello everybody.
That's right.
My name is Eka.
In the building.
There is no adulterating of the accent, please.
In the building. Thank you very much. In fact, speaking of accents, a quick disclaimer for our fans, in the audience. This is a multi-accented podcast.
Yeah.
Which means that you can hear something from the New York City. You can end up in Peckham for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then close out in Abba. So please just be aware that we cover different geographies in this particular podcast. But let's just swing right in. So as a general, I guess, overview, right, we're three friends just chatting about current events and giving our opinions, basically. So today we're talking about kind of four main things. So we have our Black Bra segment where we try to cover like women related issues. So today we're going to be covering the Kaduna law and its punishment for rape offenders. Then we're going to go into our hot topics. Number one is elections. Number two is what to do when your madam's oga is toasting you. And then the third one is what really profits a couple to wash pants and end up single. So let's just dive right in. So I'll start with the Kaduna rape law. So I'll start it up and I'll let you guys let me know what you guys think. So I actually did some reading up on the law. So it's in two categories, right? The first category is if you rape somebody under the age of 14, right? You get a surgical castration and life and the death sentence. Let me just clarify. Yeah, and the death sentence. Then, if you rape somebody that's under or that's above the age of 14, I think you only get life imprisonment under this particular law. Actually, no, you may get castration as well, but the key difference is under 18, you're
under 18 or 14.
Sorry, under 14 is a death sentence, and then above 14 is a life imprisonment, and then there's some sprinkling of castration inside there somehow. So where I want to start this from basically is the fact that I think so when I heard castration in my mind, I was thinking you cut off the actual male, hag, exactly. But I found that that's not really what it is. So basically, you can cut the testicles out,
but you can't produce.
Yes, like you can't produce kids, but your male member is still there.
It's still there,
and it can still stand. Which to me was the main thing, because I think that the more deterring factor was going to be if men would lose the actual organ. So if it's just an issue of they can't have kids, or because many Nigerian, let me not say many, but you can easily mask you being infertile, and then when you get into marriage, you can figure it out, right? So for me, I think that was my issue with. I didn't think that the castration was deterring enough, in my own opinion, given how this is what I now understand it to be. So let me know what you guys have a take on the law.
I think do you know I read something as well, as in I was just trying to check what it actually meant, and I think the thing came about because obviously the rape cases already in Nigeria are high.
Right.
But then the reason why it has come now is because the amount of rape cases that happened during the lockdown doubled or tripled, because obviously people were in lockdowns with their victims. So you can't even go anywhere. You can't run as a female. But what I noticed, or from what I was reading, one of the people, that was the person that wrote it, said the issue is most of the rape cases come from people in the house, so husbands towards wives. So it might have an effect, like it might have a negative effect, because now what you're going to see is the wives will not report the cases again because they don't want their husbands to be castrated or go to
Right.
go to prison for life. So it might have a negative effect. So I don't know, as in it's a good step forward, because the Ministry of Women Affairs or Women Affairs, they were fighting for it because it became a big issue. But my issue is, will it now make people stop reporting the cases because they want to have more children in future in their marriages? And the fact that it is in marriages that this is becoming an issue. So does that mean a lot of these men do not know that their wives can say no? Is that the main problem?
Let me hear what
With
Efe
this,
has to say first, then I'll comment on that.
well, for me, with this, this castration or whatever, I mean, I definitely like the one of under 14, like castrate and sent to jail, definitely. But then, like you said, the castration obviously is when, you're kind of infertile, basically. You have something, but you can't really do anything with it. But I don't know. I think it's just like, I guess it's to scare people, but but I don't know if it's going to. I mean, it'll definitely help, like especially for the kids, because it's for Eka is talking about married women also who are getting raped. But I feel like the law will probably help the younger ones, because if it's a woman who has a child and someone raped her child or whatever, then that's like, I'm going to go here. This is what they're going to do to this person. The death penalty, I think, because people have been talking about this, that rapists should be killed. So I guess, Kaduna said, okay, let's set the trend, and let's just put this in the law. So I mean, I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. Hopefully, I hope that the aim of the whole thing works out, because we know Nigeria, like, you put a law, people find a way to just corner the law. So I don't know, because in the north, that thing is, rape it's almost like it's not even a big deal. So I guess it makes sense that it's starting from there. So we just hope that it helps.
So sorry to cut you off. I was going to say, to combine kind of both points, right? I think, to me, this feels very performative, right? Because to your point, the anti-rape groups have clamored, okay, we need to have, stronger punishment for like rape offenders. But at the same time, to your point, because I think one of the biggest issues with rape is the victim feeling like the punishment may be too much for the crime. So imagine, for example, you saying that, oh, this man will not have kids again, and in our society where we value this whole kid thing a lot, that can be a deterrent. Exactly. And for me, and while let's also applaud them, because they are, there's is a step forward.
Something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think that there's a lot more work that has to be done with even in the police station when someone comes to report rape, right? We need to have better management of the victim when they come to report rape. Like, so to me, there are many areas of the problem. This is one good area, but I think that there are other areas that can be addressed. My only slight concern is why the age 14. I think doesn't our law, as 18 is the age of adulthood in our law, if I'm not mistaken. So why is there a 14 versus non-14? Like, what's the...
I think in the north, that 14 is, I don't know, I think their own thing is different. But let me not talk, not just say something I don't know. But I've heard something about 14 being like adult for the northerners, but I don't know.
You know what? That's a different episode. So let's just, so I think our long story short is good on Kaduna for, taking this step.
Yeah.
But we need to see efforts in other, areas, basically.
Okay,
anyway, so let's move to our hot topics then. Edo State elections. Okay, so as a background for those who don't know, the sitting governor was in APC. He had some dispute or fight with the APC, or the former APC chairman, Adams Oshemole, who was also the ex-governor of Edo State right before him, right? They had some issues. I think he was claiming that Oshimole was trying to still control Edo State, even though he's no longer a governor. Anyway, some back and forth. During the APC party elections for governorship, he lost, or he claims that he was rigged out or whatever, and then he decamped to PDP, and he contested the election under PDP. Meanwhile, the guy who he ran for first time against, who was in PDP, now decamped to APC. So
exactly.
now you have the exact same candidates from 4 years ago, but now in different parties. And so elections have happened, and the current governor won. The one I will start off on a good note, and then I'll probably point it to Efe first, right?
I think you should actually point it to Eka.
No,
Okay.
who is from this part?
I'm
Hello.
sorry.
Okay,
I'm
you know
not
what?
playing my Delta blood. I'm not playing with the Edo blood.
Oh, right. It's the same thing. One and two.
In it. So my first point is that many of the election observers have said that this is one of the better conducted elections in Nigeria. It's not perfect, it's not without fault, but if you compare it to Kogi State that had basically, I don't know if they are claiming they had election really, because that was not an election, but compared to that, right, they actually, there wasn't like so much violence. Materials got to the polling units in a decent is a very underlined word, but like in a decent time, right? So the elections by and large are considered to be fair by our standards, free and fair, right? So kudos to INEC, but also kudos to the party, to APC and PDP, because really INEC doesn't create violence, it's the party members. But maybe where I'm trying to go with this, I don't know if you guys follow this, but I don't think we really had a campaign on the issues in Edo State. It was really about, is Oshimole a good person? Is the Obaseki a good person? There was no campaign on the issues in Edo State. So I want to get like kind of general takes on, the elections, or the elections, and like which way forward. Like, okay, yes, no violence, but we didn't hear any issues. Like, what are you going to do for Edo State going forward?
I think, okay, let me just start. Let me just take my thing. But basically, based on the little research I did, I think the Edo State people like the current governor, because people were saying that he has done stuff, I guess, compared to even Oshobele, who put him there. So I think that's why we probably didn't even, hear anything about like what, because he's already like there. So I guess they're like, okay, let him just continue what he has done. So I don't know. I think that's probably, maybe that's why. And then another part of me just feels like they probably had like a closed door meeting or something, and they're like, look, we don't want to, because we know Edo State, like, it is I was like, this like election, people need to leave that state because it's going to be bloody. People are going to die on the line. So I was actually shocked that, it was, when I even heard that the guy went, I was like, just like that. Like, it was shocking to me. So I don't, I can't really say what happened, but
one thing that I think happened from what I was kind of hearing around is that there was no federal level interference, which to me concerns me a bit, because basically what they're saying is that Buhari let PDP use their might and APC local chapter use their might. There was no federal help, because I think that the issue is, if there was federal help, APC or PDP would want to increase their own efforts to balance it out, and that's where the violence comes in. Let's not also forget that Rivers State is quite
our uncle,
our big uncle there. So I think the issue was that Buhari let this be a free and fair election. But my point is that we really need to move past the place where it is down to the whim of the president at the time too, because I'm sure Buhari put hand in Kogi.
Also, I feel like with Edo, because some things I read, basically Adams Oshomole basically just ridiculed himself, because this guy literally tried, like, he went to University of Ibadan, he went here. Basically, NYC was being petty, and they said, like, I don't know, he misspelled his name. And it's like, seriously, like, he misspelled his name. Like, all you have to do is go to a court and sign whatever it is that they sign. So it was like, I think it was just that pettiness, because even, I think they removed Oshomole from something in APC. Even, I don't know if it was
they removed him from chairman. He's no longer the chairman,
like, he was, exactly. So I think he was just compromised. So it was like, this is a personal thing. It's not even like about the governorship. So it's like, look, you've already messed our party up. So let's just, I don't know. I feel to an extent that might have,
Sorry, I will let
Do you know
yeah,
the
Eka, go on, sorry. No,
do you
go
know
on, go
the
on.
issue here? The original issue is the fact that somebody was a governor. The person has finished his tenure. Go away. You don't want to go.
Fair.
This is the issue. The problem with Oshomole in this case is that you brought your guy, your boy.
Yes.
You put your boy there. You literally put him there because before Oshomole, was Obaseki known? Probably
Not really, yeah.
You brought your boy, you put him there. Now, you and your boy had an issue. We don't know what the issue is. And now what has happened? You will now start acting a fool in public because your boy doesn't want to listen to you. And then you don't give because this happened, they didn't give him his the tickets, right? They didn't give Obaseki his ticket. Obaseki now moved to PDP. Oshomole now took this other, is it Ize? I don't know his
Yamu,
name. And put the
Yamu.
hair. Now, the issue is, it's all back and forth. First of all, the first problem I have with these Nigerian parties is there's no loyalty to the party. So that means it's not by manifesto, it's just by who will give me the ticket. Now, that aside, we know that's the problem. Now, Oshomole ridiculed himself, apart from being removed or deleted from chairmanship of APC. You now want to continue tapping from your government funds. The guy doesn't probably want you to tap again.
Exactly.
He's now causing all these hoo-ha. It's just annoying because most governors, sometimes I feel like most governors who are placed by their godfathers, they might have a different agenda that they want to run through.
Exactly.
But these people just collect money from these states. Like they want to keep on controlling everything.
Can I push back on that, please? Because your godfather probably used stolen funds to get you in the office.
That is
and you had no problem with stolen funds then. You cannot now come and form, he wants to thief too much. I'm the one that is the savior of Edo State. No, you benefited from it. No, it's true. You enjoyed the fruits of the theft. When
I feel like sometimes
and the connection.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I feel like even we've seen it in like Abia State, we've seen it in I think it was Lagos State, exactly. So it's like I feel like sometimes the past governors is just greed. So maybe they just want to put, because if someone says, okay, I'm your godfather, I put you there, they don't want you to dominate. Like we don't want 80%. Maybe we can do, because I'm sure they probably reach an agreement before, exactly. So I feel like maybe some things are not, obviously we don't know what's going on, but that's my feeling. I feel like the past governors become greedy and they want more share, like in the current government, even though they are getting a lot,
Anyway, okay. So basically, to wrap up on this one, we're saying kudos to INEC for trying, and maybe kudos to Buhari.
Nigerian
and kudos to the governor for being a good governor that people voted for.
I don't know that I will I don't know that I will stretch it there.
Well.
I don't know that I will say that, but INEC, kudos for your work. Buhari, thank you for not putting hand in Edo elections. And I think for the people of Edo, we hope that this next 4 years, you're action oriented, not just talk. Because I feel like this guy has spent maybe 2 of his 4-year term fighting Oshomole. So please, let's move forward. Anyway, second topic of the day. So a quick background story. Some lady works in an office, I'm guessing, and her madam has been very good to her. She's like a mentor to her. And this story, just to give credit to whom it is due, came from Diary of a Nigerian Girl, I think sometime this week or last week. And basically, the girl's mentor has helped her a lot in her career in the company. I think even early on in her time in the company, she almost lost that job, but the mentor, stepped in to help her out. Anyway, years down the line now, she's doing well in the company, and the mentor's husband somehow has her contacts and is now disturbing her or harassing her to date him. And when she threatened to tell the mentor, he was like, go ahead, like, I dare you. So much boldness in his heart that I dare you to, tell her. So I think she was asking for advice in terms of, should she tell the madam or should she not tell the madam? I know where I stand. So let's go to
Please.
Eka first. Please. Should she talk or not talk? That's basically what is on ground.
Is that's the question? Should she talk or she should not talk?
Bam.
Now, it depends on the extent to which Oga is disturbing her. Now, if it is like why I say that is because if it is disturbing her to a point of no return, she has to cover her own back. It's true, because the way he's bold enough to say, I dare you to tell her, that means he has a certain control over his wife, or maybe not say control. He has a special place in his wife's heart, obviously.
Right.
And he probably has already premeditated what he's going to go at, his alibi to the wife. Now, the issue is, if she doesn't cover her back, she will be the one. Obviously, him and his wife are in a relationship. She will be the one to be the loser here. First of all, the job, you lose your job if the guy turns against you. Secondly, you might be compromised in the sense of, if you don't want to lose your job, you have to play ball with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So she has to cover her back. But then the other thing is that she can go and tell madam and still lose her job. It can happen. So it's a very sticky situation. I actually do not know what she should do. I would say, depending on how he's disturbing her, she should block him in every angle. Unfortunately, this kind of man now might be even like, the madam will say something in the house and you say, why don't you get your assistant to do it, or whatever she's in.
Yeah.
She'll now be meeting the guy in person, or he'll be coming to the office. So you can't say you won't see him, and you have to respect him. I don't know.
Okay. Efe, do you want to go next with your votes? Because I have my own votes ready. So all this political answer. What's your votes, please?
Let me just go. Me personally, don't ask, don't tell. If you don't ask me,
Bam.
I'm not talking.
But
then again, it
now,
depends.
wow,
like I said, no, on like 100%. If you don't ask me, I won't tell you. I'll just try to handle the situation like the way I can, because at the end of the day, I'm sure this job probably pays well. Because if it's a nonsense job, she won't, like, it won't even be an issue. She would just leave. So my future is also at stake in one way or the other. But then I would say it depends on the relationship she has with the one. I won't tell her outright if I actually wanted to tell her, but I would probably give signals or something. Like, I'll just find a way to, or basically just, if you can avoid the husband, then just avoid the husband and just know that, okay, I'm facing my boss. But for me, if I'm being completely honest, if you don't ask me, I won't tell. Because even like telling my friend or even, a family member that's this, no. Like, I can't even do that. So yeah, that for me,
the
don't ask
energy he's coming with. He's coming
That's
with
the thing. We
full
don't
force energy.
As for me and my household, there is no benefit or value add to telling the madam, and I will explain in some key few points. Now, for this guy to have the boldness to dare you, he knows what he's working with. He knows his position in this. Odds are you are not the first person close to her or far from her that he's chasing and embarrassing her in front of. So she probably is aware that this man is randy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now, what you are doing by telling her is you are bringing the embarrassment to her front. She knows that you hold her in high, regard. Now it's almost like you're washing her dirtiness in public by bringing it. Like, she may even know that he's even chasing you in particular. Right? So, but bringing it to her face is a shame thing. I think people do and undo because of shame. To be honest, she may not hate you, but it's not like, okay, this is the only place where I have regard in the office. Because if my husband is randy, I don't get respect at home. Then you've now brought my home life now basically to the office. And thirdly, I feel like, let's say you now tell this woman now, what are you expecting her to do to want the man to stop
going to side with him,
yeah,
obviously.
and even if this is her first time knowing that her husband is a trash man, right? Like, I don't expect that when she goes to go and talk to the guy that, okay, honey, someone told me at work that you're chasing me. I don't expect the convo to go like, okay, well, you stop now. It's like, honey, how dare you what did I do? How did we get here? It becomes them fixing their marriage and him apologizing. Not how warning him
to stay away from you.
So for me, I don't see any benefit or value add to this disclosure. Now, I will give one advice. Have your evidences documented, because the
Exactly.
day it comes out, so whether is calling you on WhatsApp, telling you hi
You need
baby,
receipts.
you
You
know,
need receipts.
keep your
Exactly.
receipts. The day it will come out and the woman will feel like maybe you betrayed her, you show her the receipts, bam,
Exactly.
and have a clean, so that day is not he said, she said. But anything before that, I don't see any value add to you, because basically you brought shame to me and in the
Okay,
office.
leave the shame of the woman. Look at the
Mm.
babe that they are disturbing. She's stressed. They are disturbing her. What should she do? How
Now
does
this
she get rid of this guy?
now
He's
this is the
disturbing her.
key. Now this is the key point. If, like, I don't understand, maybe this is a Nigerian factor. This is a mentor in the office, Abi. On what basis did you get this closeness with the husband when he has your contact and has, you know, it's no, it's true. So and
No,
I'm
let
not
me give you an example.
okay.
Let me give you the example of the basis. He said, Ife Oluwa, my husband is, I'm late for the meeting. My husband is coming to pick something up for something, blah, 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 blah.
Okay,
This
fair.
is his number. He will park opposite the road. Please, if he calls you, I've given him your number. Bam. That is how it happens. And then she runs across the road, gives him, as she's running back, he's looking at her, bum, bum, bam, 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 bam. Starts
Fair.
disturbing her.
Fair. So to me, it's two things involved. Yeah. Go on.
Also, let me just say another. There's one I actually know of in an office. Like, basically, the guy told her, "Let's have lunch." I'm like, "What is your boss's husband asking you?" And so I think also
To feed
the first time the guy tried to whatever, like, what did she like tell him no,
Was
or
being
because sometimes
respectful.
exactly, I don't know,
Sir,
because this
sir,
one
sir.
No,
because the
maybe
guy
out
was like,
of
"Let's have lunch."
respect. Maybe out of respect, she didn't want
Yeah.
to
Agree.
turn him down. To me, in that case, so like let's focus on, or let's wrap up on the girl herself. To me, it's two things, right?
Mm.
If it's just phone and WhatsApp, as in blocking is a thing. Like
Yeah.
nobody die of blocking. So
Yeah.
block, as in block is destiny on all, on all media platforms, right? And let it end there. And if for
Yeah.
some reason you're unable, like, so to me, I'm not sure why that has not been done and that has stopped the issue. If it
Unless
now
it's
gets to a point where even with blocking and everything that's still not working, then to me, I think you telling the madam is basically down to your job or your sanity. That's basically what it comes down to,
that's
because
just
Yeah, I
it.
guess.
the protection that you've been getting from her may go away. So to me, if you're willing to lose that for your
Yeah,
sanity of
you
this
can.
year, then go ahead. Otherwise, block and Uche face your work.
Walk.
Yeah.
Let's move forward here, please. Now, the last topic of the day: washing your partner's pants. Let me keep it simple, please. Efe, are you a washer of pants for the man that's
God forbid bad thing in my
wow,
life.
wow,
Wait,
wow? That's a hot
sorry.
one.
What was the question? This
Can
God
you
forbid.
wash your partner's
I
pants?
cannot.
Okay. So if they say what?
That she
Say
cannot,
what?
First of all,
that God forbids.
God forbid. Okay.
Yeah,
No, boxers. Let's make boxers.
it's not, it's pants now. It's the same
Okay.
thing,
No, I
now.
just want to specify.
Okay, sorry, boxer briefs. Thank you. Okay, can you wash the
Look,
underwear?
boxer or pants. I don't wash pints. I don't.
Okay,
To be honest, and the thing
Eka,
is, I don't even want anyone to wash my pants. So yeah, I guess it's just I don't want to do it. I don't want you to do it for me.
okay, let me hear Eka's take on this, please. Are you a pant washer or not?
I would say this.
Wow.
No, yeah. It has reached a
What
funny
up,
thing.
pants?
No, and please,
I
no, and as
use.
in with hand though, not washing machine, no, as
That's
in
what I
hand.
wanted to say.
Yeah,
That there's a
okay.
washing machine. There's a washing machine that is being used. So
Yeah.
I've never been in the situation of washing of the pants with hand. But then if the pants was there and it was to be, I will wash it if I'm washing other things. I will not go and carry it and be saying, "Oh, honey, give me your pants, let me wash." Mm-mm. If it is there in the pile of clothes, the problem is that I've never even been in a situation where I am washing with my hand. That's the first thing. So we give that job to the washing machine.
But I think you make a good point, because I think it's a bit petty. So let's say you are, maybe typically the boxers is not in the washing basket, right? So typically you wash everything that you find in the basket
In the
with your hand,
basket,
right?
yes.
I think it's a bit petty
To be
either
removing
way
it.
to be removing. Okay, I don't wash
Exactly.
boxer. Now, to be, let's all be honest, please. You also, if you have your church mind, you cannot be putting boxers or pants that has skid marks. Some things are just
No,
it's
now
true.
wait, they are
No,
just saying
let's be
regular pants too.
let's be, because to me that what starts getting a bit iffy, right? Is if it's a regular plain or regular day in the life boxer, okay, that's maybe not too shabby. But if we're seeing activities on it, that's where I think
No,
I think it's
n-
best that we
no,
all wash our own stuffs. Please go on.
no. I will say this. I will wash it because it will be in the pile. But I will
Right.
not wash any pants, as you said. Why would there be a pant or a
Activities.
boxer with activities on it? That's the issue. So
What
I
type
think
of
the issue,
activities?
I think the issue
Use
here
your
is
church
this
mind
thing.
and figure it out, please. Efe. Go on, please, Eka.
I think the issue here is I don't even know why it is a big deal, because this
It
thing came
is so.
from
Let me
this
just
thing
finish.
came from Big Brother Shebi. Neo
Yeah.
was watched, and it was even worse because it is the reverse. A man was watching a female span.
A woman.
Like they say
Yeah.
she's doing kayamata and all that, and he's washing her pants. But
Story.
mind you, he was not just washing her pants, one pant
Yeah,
or
other
two
things.
pants. He was washing clothes. There was pants. She was looking for one of her pants. Then she now announced he was washing the pants. What is there? Should he remove the pants?
Okay, let me just say this because I think I'm coming from a different angle. For me, I don't know if I'll call it OCD or whatever. Like I can't. Like I can't. If I see your pants and it's in my pile, I will take it out and keep it in your. Like, that's the thing. Even in my house, like everyone has their own basket. I don't mix my things, so that's just like me. So I think it depends. For normal people, definitely. Like I don't think there's anything wrong. But for me personally, I don't mix my whether it's pant or shirt or I don't
But are
even
we
mix
being
it.
because one of the arguments on social media, right, is this is somebody that not to be explicit, but your mouth has probably done some things that are not
Yes,
in the holy book
yes,
with this
And
person's areas
yes.
of the body. So
Genitalia.
exactly.
Yes.
So how come it's not in the pants washing that you're
No,
now,
but do you know
you
what?
know?
Do you know what? To be honest, I will find it uncomfortable. If I was that lady, what's her name, V, I would be uncomfortable with somebody else washing my pants. I
exactly.
would wash my I like to wash my pants by myself. Or you understand? So already that one is a problem. So for her to be free enough to be giving people her pants to wash, that means she's a free spirited person when it comes to the
Also in
pants.
that context, that BB Niger context, people were saying because I mean I don't think the average Nigerian man is thinking of washing his girlfriend or wife's pants. So I guess Neo and Vino, like if we're talking of just them separately, in that context, it was like this boy is going to do anything for this girl. We don't know the backstory, but people were saying that is it because he wants to, get a British passport or whatever. I'm just saying the typical Nigerian man. Maybe definitely women wash. I know my mom does laundry for my dad, but
Who
Misha
does
as
laundry? Not who
FA
does laundry.
cannot.
She doesn't wash. She does laundry. It's
I
two
don't.
different.
I don't.
No, but do you know,
So
I think this thing
Olori, we've
was
not heard
blown
from
out
you.
of proportion. Oh,
No,
Lori, yes,
I
please
know.
give us your view.
I'm with Eka on this. I feel like it's a bit petty to start picking and choosing from the basket if you're, hand washing. What I will ask though is just out of respect for my sanity and my, cleanliness, please, no underwear with activities should be put
Activities.
in the communal stuffs. But
I
I
mean,
think
it's
just to like wrap up, I guess, yeah. I think we're
mm,
saying, I think it seems like ideally let
it's a personal.
everybody wash their pants.
That's just it.
That's basically,
Yes.
ideally, please wash your own
Wash your
pants.
own pants, especially if you're in the Big Brother house. Wash your pants. You did not know the person before. Don't wash your pants to avoid issues. Please. Because me, if I'm in that house, we're all looking for how much. We're all competing against each other, whether we love ourselves or not. Please wash your own pants
Wash your
before you come
pants.
and put your something in my pants and then I'll go home next week.
Oh, wow,
Wash
this is
your pants.
this is a whole jazz, angle. But let's just put a bow tie on this. Okay, so we've done 4 topics today, 3 hot topics, 1 black bra segment. As we are wrapping up, ladies, any kind of final thoughts on anything that we talked about today, or just like generally in life, or what you're looking for this week or something, so that we can wrap up and call it a day? Who wants to go first?
I don't know if my own is wrap up, but I just want to say kudos to Anita Joseph's husband. He washes pants. Sorry, I just needed to bring that here. He washes
What
pants.
happened?
Hello, he does wash pants. She came to announce to us that her husband
Are you serious?
washes pants. I don't know how that helps anybody. I don't really know how that helps, but I think it shouldn't be a topic of discussion, the pants washing thing. And I also feel, I think I didn't say it earlier. Kaduna has done well. The governor has done well. I think he's one of the forward-thinking ones to have put that law in place. How it will work out, I don't know, but at least it is a step in the right direction. It's making things better. And then Edo, I hope the governor, it's good, it was free and fair, it was peaceful. I hope the governor will perform for the next 4 years. And I hope in the end, the issue is this being godfatherism and politics not being accessible to everybody. That is what causes people to have to pair with other people to get there. So I think that's my, and then that Madam Onoga one, no comment, I beg. It's a strong one.
Okay.
Efe, you want to give us your parting, thoughts?
My parting, let me see. The Oga one, definitely don't ask, don't tell. Like, just like if I'm there to work, that's like my goal is just to work and just hope that my mentor, like, is able to settle whatever she has. Then this pants one, I will not wash pants. Don't wash my pants. So yes, that one definitely. I'm not interested in washing anybody's pants. The only pants I will wash is my baby's pants. An adult, I cannot wash. I don't know the activity. Like Olori said, I don't know what you'll be getting up to. Especially when it comes to men. I mean, I don't even want to go into that topic. But you know what? Don't wash my pants, I beg. Just leave it.
Okay, so let me see. But my own final thoughts on this one. Maybe I'll start with Edo first. I want to say kudos to INEC for some measure of improvement, and also to both parties, right? Because whether there's violence or not is really depending on what those two parties decide to do. So for being sane, I'm sure the people of Edo are happy for minimal violence during this election. The other thing that maybe I would say is Kaduna, kudos, great step in the right direction, but there's a lot more work to do in terms of what happens with when the victim comes to report the case, how the case is being tried, how we collect evidence, even the awareness that that rape is a crime, right? It's also some important work that has to get done. But I think, girls, we're at time, so it was nice chit-chatting in it. So same time, same place. Don't touch that dial, in it.
Peace out, A-Town.
A town in the building. A ciao. Hola.